It's that time again. Time for some real talk about real issues to enhance your real life. Whatever you think, whatever you know, whatever you feel, Tanya doesn't mind talking about it. Get ready for some real talk that is always rated R, because Talk with Tanya has got to be relevant. Talk with Tanya has got to be refreshing. But most importantly, Talk with Tanya has got to be real. Tune in right now for Real Talk with Tanya White.
Welcome once again. Here's our last today's Most Admired Woman nominee interview, and we have Kirsten Clodfelter. Did I get it right?
Yes, perfect.
Yay! How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me, Tanya. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. I see like you're busy. Are you a mom at T-ball
yes,
or soccer practice?
I'm hiding in my car. How could you tell?
Oh my goodness, because I know, listen, I have a nephew who plays baseball, and tis the season for all of that practice and everything. So we're going to be real quick. You are one of the selected under today's Most Admired Woman nominees, and I forgot, tell me what category?
Media.
Okay. Take us back when you got the email that you were selected out of 400.
Yeah, that was, I was so surprised, and just, of course, extremely honored. I had to really sit for a little bit and decide if I wanted to accept or not, just because of, the current climate. It just felt a little hard to really step into celebrating anything. Yeah. But I feel like I have good friends and colleagues in my corner who were like, no, it's okay. This is an important part of the work. So, yes. So I'm honored to be a nominee, and yeah.
So now you are in media, and you're a writer. What is it about, being honored? First of all, do you know who nominated you?
I don't.
Oh, I know. They won't tell you, huh? They don't tell you. But just knowing that your hard work is being honored. Now, you say you're in media. And one thing it is about people who are in media, especially what type of media do you do? There's, people say media and they don't know the scope of it. What media are you in?
I have worn a lot of hats. My background primarily is as a writer, but I've also done a lot of marketing work and some PR and stuff like that. So, but the biggest hat I would say is as a writer.
As a writer. And in this climate, writing is one of those gifts and talents that many people think is easy. So how did you get into writing? Because I'm a writer.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I really have been writing my entire life. I have a master's in creative writing, and sort of from there taught and wrote as a freelancer for several years, and then kind of parlayed into marketing. Leveraged that writing background to run a marketing agency for about 5 years with my husband that we stepped away from during COVID because we had 3 small kids at the time, and there was just no way to be fair to our clients and our kids at that time. So then I kind of stepped into some nonprofit volunteer work, and then took about 18 months at a corporate marketing job. And that was just long enough to know I don't want to do corporate marketing. I'm not actually interested in that as a career choice. So I took the next year off, really like reset my nervous system, be present with my family, decide what I wanted, this next phase. I'm about to turn 40. So what do I really want this next phase of my career to look like? And so now it's like I get to return to writing, this thing that I've, really has been at the heart of all of my work for all of these years. So I feel really energized and really excited by that.
It's something about hitting those milestones, especially 40. I remember 40. It's a long, long time ago. But it's like a pivot of like, this is what I'm going to take into my next chapter. Right. So I commend you for acknowledging that and saying, oh, this is what I'm going to do. Now, as a busy mom and you're balancing careers, what would you tell other women who saying, hey, she's the most admired woman. She must have it all together. What would you say to that?
Oh my gosh. I would say, of course, of course, none of us have it all together. And then I would also just say, like, whatever you're doing, you're right on time. And
Yes.
you cannot really look at what anyone else is doing as any kind of guide for what you should be doing, right? Just do what you need to be doing for yourself or your family, whatever that looks like at any moment. That's probably what I would say.
You said a lot because we tend to look at other people and say, hey, I need to be doing exactly what you. No, you don't. And I love what you said, right on time. So being the most admired woman, first, you don't know who it is, but your friends thought enough of you to write, so much so that out of 400, you were selected to be considered to be most admired one in media. So as this platform is giving you exposure to another audience, what will you do moving forward to not only as you pivot into your next, but also to help other women who are watching you, give them, say, hey, you can do this.
So what would I say to them?
What would you say to them and say, hey, it's a lot. We just do it for the fun. But what would you say to them?
I would say, honestly, like the most important thing that I would say to anyone would be like, if you're only able to act on your values or your interests when it feels convenient to you, then like those really aren't your values. So be willing to inconvenience yourself for what you believe. And I think that is going to light the path for whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, even if that feels hard or challenging or scary. If you aren't living authentically in that way, you're going to be miserable.
Oh, you listen. How can people connect with you, Kirsten? That's $1 million information right there.
Great. I just have had a lot of therapy, so.
You who to the therapist? Me too. You can't be a good writer unless you had therapy, right, Kirsten?
That's very true. That's very true.
So, how can they connect with you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram and on Threads. It would be hard for me to say it out on this show, so you can find it in my bio. Anarch.com mom with underscores in between those words is how you can find me on Threads and Instagram, Threads is where I'm the most active. So,
okay, get on Threads. Go to todayswomannow.com. Vote for her. Connect with her. You seem like a hoot, Kirsten. I probably need to get you when you're not in the baseball field, so we can really dig deep and have some laughs. Right. But I hope to meet you in person at the June 10th. Until then, y'all vote for her every hour from now to May 2nd at 12 noon. Congratulations. Awesome. And get back to your babies. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Bye-bye. Thank you.